In this video, I'll show you the most important camera settings on your iPhone 16 Pro Max. This iPhone has a dedicated camera button and you can use that button to take pictures and make videos also. For the camera, you have lots of options for both photo and video. To open the camera settings, open the settings app and then go to camera. There is a whole area dedicated to the camera. And here you can set photographic styles, and it's really a matter of preference. I suggest you change the recording video from Full HD 1080p to 4K 60 or 4K 30, maybe even 120 if that's what you want, but it will use more space. So depending on how much storage space you want to have free, it depends on what you want there. I always like to have HDR enabled, and you can also set the action mode for low light in case there is not enough light. I believe it's reducing the frames per second, the FPS, to allow more light to get into the sensor. So record slow motion, you can set the dedicated for each mode. You can set the quality. 4K is the highest quality you can record on your iPhone, on this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And for the recording sound, I prefer to use stereo. Really, I'm not sure. The default was spatial audio, but maybe I will re-enable it. Let me know in the comment section below if I should re-enable spatial audio or you just keep using stereo. I'm not sure. For the formats on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, you have the high efficiency is reducing the file size, but most compatible, it's a bigger file size, but it can be played more on more devices. ProRAW resolution, then here you can choose the options you like. I believe the ProRAW Max up to 48 megapixel, and then you can use JPEG XL lossless, but it's up to you which file size you want to use. I really believe you should do a test. If you want to have the maximum quality for photos, you can do a few tests and see which file type and file size quality is good for you. The most important setting is Apple ProRes. This will record Apple ProRes 422 HQ in HDR or log, Apple log format. It all sounds great, but once you realize that the file sizes will be gigantic, you will have really large video files if you use this recording format, and you can only record to an external SSD. It will not allow you to record to the internal memory of your iPhone. You need to connect a recorder external SSD like the Samsung T7 Shield. I have another video where I test that, and then you can record the ProRes RAW, but it's up to you how you want it. Here, these are the basic camera settings. You can re-enable the RAW Max for photos and the macro mode. This is a tone control, tonality control for the picture, and you can switch between lenses manually one by one like that, or you can use also the pinch to zoom, and you can even use the camera button, half press and slide to left or right to zoom in. The live photo, it's an interesting option where it records a few frames before and after the picture, so you can change a little bit the picture if you wanted to. And there are lots of settings for the exposure, the automatic exposure. You can do manual exposure if you wanted to. This depends on how much light you want to allow and how much light is available. The timer is a nice feature if you have your phone on a tripod and you want to take a picture with someone, and you can also use the selfie camera if you want to. That's how you switch between the rear facing cameras and the front facing camera. And the front facing camera is not as good as the rear facing cameras, but in many cases it's going to be very convenient to take a picture of yourself mostly. If you want to take pictures of other things, it's always a good idea to use the rear facing cameras. So you look at the screen and the camera sees what you see. There are lots of other options, lots of settings for the cameras, and most of the settings you might use or you might not use depending on how advanced you want to go with the pictures and the photography on your iPhone. On the iPhone, there is even an app to record a 3D version of an object, so that's really interesting. The panorama mode is a stitching way of stitching multiple pictures together, and the video mode. Here, because I allowed ProRes, it will show it there. If you don't have that ProRes option enabled, it will not show the ProRes. But now if you notice, it's switched to HD because it will not be able to record 4K 60 to the internal storage or 4K 120. For that you need an external SSD like the Samsung T7 Shield or any other really external SSD, as long as it's really USB 3.2 Gen 2, 10 gigabits per second, should be fine. So you can set the flash, and most of the time you will not need ProRes. I showed you how to enable it, but you really might want to disable it. The SSD will connect to the USB port, and I have the cable, but I did another video where I test the recording and it's really working. And the file size eventually it ended up to be around 300 megabits per second. You can start recording or stop recording with the screen, the record button, but you can also use in iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, you can use the dedicated camera button to half press and slide to zoom in and out, which is working pretty good. And you can even start recording from the button itself. And the same with the pictures, depending on which mode the phone is in. If it's in video mode, it will start a video. If it's in photo mode, it will take a picture. It's really, I have the Sony Xperia 1 Mark V, and I really like the shutter button, and on the iPhone 16 Pro Max it's even better because it has the touch interface where you could actually slide to zoom in. And this is my Spigen 01 case. I'll put links in the description with the cases for iPhones and accessories. And when you make a video, really, it's really useful to have the flashlight, so you can turn on the flashlight to have it automatically. The flash could be always on, so in this situation you will have a really much better light. For example, when I make some videos with the car, the flashlight of the phone is really useful because there is no other light. I don't have much light in the car, under the car. It's a powerful flashlight for a phone. With ProRes, if you want to try, I really suggest you do a few tests, maybe more tests before you actually use it for anything, because the files are really large. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you change the settings on your iPhone camera.